Alright guys, welcome back to another video on the George Benson football channel. Do you know what my favourite thing is about being a Chelsea fan? And my voice broke when I said that then, as if I was about to well up in tears. Not quite. The one thing I love about being a Chelsea fan is that you're part of something, if you support Chelsea, that only people that support the same club are into. I know that is a flipping cliche statement to make, and it's pretty much the same with every football team. But hear me out. Everybody hates Chelsea. Since we were taken over by Roman Abramovich, we are one of the most, if not the most hated clubs in the UK. So when something happens at Chelsea, I always feel as though it's a little bit extra sweet when other clubs didn't expect it to happen, yet somehow Chelsea pull it out of the bag. And in this case today, I'm talking about Callum Hudson-Odoi signing a 5-year deal. I'm talking Mason Mount signing a new deal. Ruben Loftus Cheek signs a 5-year deal. Everything is going so well right now at Chelsea. And I know it's pre-season. We're not going to talk about performances today. I have a 6 things that we learned series for that. So let's talk about what we've actually done in this transfer window. We've signed Matteo Kovacic from Real Madrid for around £40 million. And from what we've seen so far in pre-season of Matteo Kovacic, we're going to expect to see a much more attacking, fluid Kovacic compared to what we saw last season under Maurizio Sarri. He's so good on the ball. He's such great when he's dribbling. He's good at getting out of tight situations. And it looks as though there is a great partnership forming alongside Jorginho in that pivot in the 4-2-3-1. The best thing about this is N'Golo Kante, the world's best midfielder in the position, whatever his position is. He's the best at what he does in the world. He is still to come back from injury. It's very exciting for Chelsea right now. Moving on from Kovacic, Christian Pulisic, another youngster. We could add him to the list of young Chelsea birds, blue birds, flying around. Christian Pulisic is signed from Borussia Dortmund. We knew about him last January. We loaned him back to Dortmund. It was the best thing we could have done. And here he is. He is ready to tear up the Premier League. He's looking very sharp in pre-season. We're playing against a Barcelona team that weren't fully fit. It would have been a different story if we bump up against Barcelona in the Champions League this coming season. And not only that, let's look at it from a business perspective for Chelsea, because that's what transfers are. It's all business. Money coming in, money going out. We're talking about the best player from the United States of America right now, a country that will be hosting the World Cup alongside Mexico and Canada in 2026. That isn't that far away. Just to put that into perspective, by the time that that happens, Christian Pulisic will be in the prime of his career. So therefore, if he stays at Chelsea and he has signed a long-term deal, he could be the replacement for Eden Hazard. And if he's there, it makes great business sense for Chelsea revenue-wise. Obviously, as fans, it isn't as important for us considering what money the club will make from a player's face, a player's name, and a player's background. But that is a really important thing to think about also. But then we move away from the players that we have signed from permanent deals from last January and the loan move permanently for Matteo Kovacic. We've got 3 new young players. They're not new. Ruben Loftus Cheek, he's been on the fringes at Chelsea for many years. He's finally looking like he is going to play a huge part in Chelsea's future. He signs a new deal until 2024. He's a player who I feel is the best attacking midfielder at the club. Forget Pulisic coming in, forget Hudson-Odoi. In terms of attacking talent, Ruben Loftus Cheek excites me beyond belief. I think he's got a bit of everything. He's got the strength, he's got the pace, he can shoot. We saw that last season when he scored that beautiful goal when Hazard scored a similar goal in the same game. Ruben Loftus Cheek has got absolutely everything, and he's not just a great player for the future of Chelsea, he's a great player for the future of England as well. He's already an England international, and I expect to see him play more for the country and Chelsea when he recovers from injury. Mason Mount, the man who's on loan at Derby County last season with Frank Lampard. Frank obviously loves him. He was such a key player for Derby last season. It was his breakthrough year in football, and he comes back to Chelsea, signs a new deal. He starts putting Sergio Busquets on the floor in pre-season, which I don't know about you, whether it's pre-season or not. Looking at this picture of Mason Mount tells you everything you need to know about the future of this young man. He's got a very, very bright future at Chelsea. He's signed the contract. The dotted line has got his signature on it. He's a Chelsea player, and that feels like a new signing as well. Yes, we're paying him a lot of money, but he's English, he's young, he's keen, he's been in the Chelsea academy, he wants to play for Chelsea, and he's playing under Frank Lampard. It's a dream move for Mason Mount. It's not a move, he's staying. It's all good news. And then the final one, and the reason that I've made this video today, I made a video a couple of weeks back now titled A Message to Callum Hudson-Odoi. I know a couple of other Chelsea YouTubers did the same thing. I would like to think that we did play even like 0.1% of a part in Callum Hudson-Odoi deciding to sign a new 5-year deal at Chelsea worth £100,000 a week. week. Let's talk about the sum of money for a second. It only needs to be a second. It's football, and that is what we've come to expect. It doesn't matter how much money Callum Hudson-Odoi is being paid. Yes, some Chelsea fans and fans of other clubs think it's ludicrous to offer an 18-year-old £100,000 a week. I can understand the logic behind that, but we are looking at a very talented player, and I don't think anybody in their right mind can question the innate natural ability that Callum Hudson-Odoi has. He's going to be playing under Frank Lampard. He's going to be playing in a team of youngsters that he's grown up with. A manager who has said, he said it himself, he wants to play the younger players to breed proper Chelsea into this team, which as fans on the sideline, I said this weeks ago, there is nothing quite like seeing your team on the field when you know every single player on that pitch is giving everything for the badge, for the shirt. I was about to touch one of the birds on my shirt there. It's irrelevant. We got Chelsea all around us. Old away kit. Frank Lampard signed that one. To George, good luck. I'm just buzzing about this. Another player signs a new deal. Callum Hudson-Odoi is with us for 5 years. And the way I see this panning out for Chelsea's future, in the past, we were looking at a spine of Pelisek, Frank Lampard, John Terry, Didier Drogba. I know I said that in the wrong order. It doesn't matter. Those were the players that Chelsea were building around since the Abramovich era took off. We're talking about Pelisek coming in and making some incredible saves in his first ever match for Chelsea in the Premier League against Manchester United. I remember it so well when Idager Johnson scored that goal. We're looking at that spine of the old Chelsea team, and now it's not necessarily the same kind of spine, but we're talking about enough players that fans can get behind, that Frank can build this team around, Chelsea can look to build around moving forward. Mason Mount, Ruben Loftus Cheek, Callum Hudson-Odoi, and Christian Pulisic, these guys are the future of Chelsea Football Club, and I firmly believe that despite having a transfer ban, we talk about the signing of Kovacic as well, it's important not to forget him, but we're focusing on the youngsters mainly. This is the future of Chelsea, and I feel as though we have had as good of a transfer window as anybody so far, and it's all down to securing the contracts of those youngsters. As we get closer to the beginning of the season, I intend on doing a video where I rate the transfer windows of all of the clubs. I'm going to be reacting to the away kits and the Champions League kits really soon. I just wanted to make this one today because I feel like it closes the book on the message to Callum Hudson-Odoi video that I made a couple of weeks back, because he's finally signed the deal. 5 years, he's put the name on the paper, and I'm so excited to see what the future has for this young, talented Chelsea squad. We were all complaining. I was complaining when Maurizio Sarri left the club to join Juventus. I wondered what the hell was going to happen to my football club. But Arsenal aren't spending money. United, it looks as though they might get Maguire for £80 million. Is he better than Kurt Zouma? I don't think he is. Kurt Zouma feels like a new signing as well to an extent. It's a very exciting time to be a Chelsea fan. If you are a Chelsea fan, I would love to know in the comments right now who you think is the main man. We've got Hudson-Odoi signing, Loftus Cheek signing, Mason Mount signing. Who has got the biggest future at Chelsea? Leave a comment in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for 15,000 subscribers as well. That is incredible. I will see you all later. Bye-bye.